Hello, ladies and gents. Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. When I tell you that, yes, I'm in my car right now. This is for the Haves and Have-Nots, season 7 or season 6, depending on what your TV guide says. But it's episode 10. It's the Hannah and Candice reconciliation episode, and I am thrilled. I'm thrilled. I'm so happy. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been watching this show for. It does feel a little out of the blue, but I must say I'm happy. Now, quick thing. I have another channel, Romie Whispers ASMR. I need to get at least 1,000 subscribers over there so that I can get that channel fully, operational and partnered up with YouTube. I also need to hit a certain amount of hours. So if you could click the link below, link above. I do role play videos over there. I do what was it? I'll do some more unboxing, some more food stuff. So just look at the channel. If you like, press subscribe. If not, thank you for at least checking it out. Anyway, let's start things off with, I'll be all over the place. Let's start things off at the Crier Manor. That's what we're calling it, at the Crier Manor, at the Crier Estate. Can we just go and discuss how Catherine is a mess right now? And Jim is disgusted with her. I'm thinking, you're disgusted with her? Jim, you're disgusted with her. Are we going to pretend like I was over that. So let's start with that. Because Catherine is drinking. She's offering Veronica a drink. She's irked and irritated. Veronica is saying this is all Wyatt's fault. Because Wyatt was the one who went and got the feds involved. So now the feds are going to arrest him any moment now. She's trying to think. She's trying to figure out what team she could use to help get them out of this mess. At this point, she doesn't feel like there's too much that can be done. She's looking, she's searching, she's thinking. Because remember, Catherine is egging her on about her going and trying to figure out how is this whole David thing come to play. But Catherine doesn't like her for a multitude of reasons. She has a terrible demeanor. She slept with her father. Oh yes, if you've been watching the show, you know that at one point Veronica became the Veronica of today because she slept her way to the top. Kind of like what Candice was trying to do unsuccessfully. But Veronica is the success story. So they've always had some type of weird relationship off of the strength of that. And that's when you keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. That's part of the reason why they're quote-unquote friends today. Aside from that, we also have the fact that, like I said, because of Wyatt's decisions, now, and you know that he read everything. He told everything. And Catherine was so tired, because Catherine was irked at Veronica for Veronica saying, I told you, you should have let me handle him. You should have let me handle it. Should have put him in prison. Should have made sure that he was in there. I'm thinking, they don't know that he was raped in prison. They don't know that. And clearly, they're not going to tell them that. Catherine and Jim aren't going to tell them that. But okay. Because I said, and if they do know, of course, Veronica wouldn't care. So I'll say, I'm trying to remember. I feel like they don't know, but even if they did, Veronica wouldn't care. She would have been like, okay, keep him in there longer. She's that evil of a person. So that's why Catherine had to flip it. Catherine had to go and tell her, look, here's how this is going to go. How's Jeffrey? How's he doing? Is he good? Is he happy? Is he living his best life? And Jim jumped in like, oh, I can get behind this. Yeah. Is he off far and away, being gay, free as can be? Is that what's going on? So then David, Jim, Catherine, Jeffrey is fine. Let's just go and focus on the task at hand. No, sir. That is not the case. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? But fine, great. So then that triggers Veronica. And the reason why I'm taking time with this is because there wasn't a whole lot to this episode. Veronica then figures, wait a minute. David, why are you being so nice to me? Why are you being so accommodating? And so she realizes something's wrong because she's not stupid. But she gets it wrong. She thinks that it's because you wanted us to get back together so that I wouldn't go against you and I would help you, keep you out of jail and keep them out of jail. You're all using me in order for me to keep y'all out of jail. I said, of course they are. But that's not the main point, Veronica. But Veronica is convinced. And I was about to fall for it too. I was about to fall for the okie doke. I was about to fall for you thinking that I would go and just do this for y'all without realizing, I can keep myself out of jail. So then she's so distraught. So then she goes and leaves. Jim says, David, we need her. And David's like, I know, I'll handle it. So we don't see them for the rest of the episode. What we do see is, we see that Wyatt snuck upstairs. I'm thinking, really, Jim didn't notice when Wyatt snuck upstairs? Fine. He called Jeffrey. He called Jeffrey because he said, Jeffrey, look, you have to talk me down. Talk you down what? I need your help. You need to come here. You need to help me. Help you with what? And he was like, are you high? No, that's the problem. He was like, no, that's the problem. I can't talk to you like this. I'm not going to enable you. I said, oh, so we're not enabling Wyatt because he's not the apple of your eye anymore? Because that's the only reason. Let's be fully clear about that. That's the only reason that you're not enabling him at this point. And to make matters worse, he was saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take them down. Our parents, they're downstairs. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take them down. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to do it. Jeffrey said, okay, then do it. When I tell you, I was over it for a multitude of reasons. I was over it. I was over it because I'm looking at Jeffrey like, so Jeffrey, you can do all this. You have all this smoke for Wyatt, but not for the man who you're outside of his apartment complex, ready to go in and enable him. Because after that's all said and done, Jeffrey gets a call from Madison. And Madison's like, where are you? Oh, outside of Justin's place. I'm just going to go and check in on him quickly. Are you going to move there? Because you can sleep on my couch. If you... And he's like, no, that's not an issue. I have a place to stay. Don't worry about that. I'm just going to go in and out. Okay, fine. Then text me your address. The address. Why? Are you going to come over? No, I'm going to call the cops. Don't do that. I'm thinking, Madison, he is the cops, but they don't really like him right now. So, yeah, go and call. Go and call. Do that. But Jeffrey said he'll text him the address. He'll call him after he's done talking. It's like, what? No, Jeffrey, do it now. It's like, click. Madison's a really good person. The problem is that Madison is a little annoying, but he's annoying for a reason. It's justified, but not for Jeffrey. And because it's not justified as far as Jeffrey's concerned, he's not going to allow Madison to help him, which is a mistake. Once we jump from that, we get to, when I tell you this part irked, back at the hotel, Candice is talking to Landon. Landon hasn't learned his lesson yet. Apparently, this is the only thing that's throwing me off. What is with this quick turnaround? I said, oh, Candice wants a way out. That's why she's willing to go through with all of this. Landon brings her new clothes, said, wear this or wear that. And she's not really interested in the clothes, but she's going to move forward with it anyway. And so then Landon was like, man, maybe if I wore something like this, he'd be interested. And he said that because he's still interested in Charles. Charles catches him in the act and had that look of, what the? So then he tells Landon to leave. And then he has this irritated look on his face. And because remember what Landon did in the first place, and he told Landon, if we have a problem, you don't need to work here. You don't need to work for me. Um, so, but he was telling Candice, like, why do you keep having him do? He's harmless. He likes you. Who cares? So then Candice said, yeah, she's gonna go and meet the president with him, and it's gonna be all well and good. But he said, look, you're still going through a lot. So he actually goes and holds her in his arms, and they're just on the bed. He's like, I have 15 minutes. Let me hold you. I said, oh, he's gonna be the father you never had. He's gonna be the father you never had. But it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. As soon as we see that, it's like breaking news. Dun, 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 dun. We see this boardroom of people looking at Charles. Remember, this must be the Republican caucus. That's what we'll call it. And they're looking, and they're trying to find some dirt on the new president. Catherine was trying to get some dirt, but she didn't find anything. She didn't really look hard enough. Candice is the way in as far as to take down Charles. This group, one of the people, and I said, why does he look familiar? And there was two people that looked familiar. If you watched Too Close to Home, the like tall Ken doll-esque white guy that was in that scene, he was from that show. But aside from him, the other guy looked familiar because remember, he was conned previously by Candice. It was him. He was conned previously by Candice, and so he knows her really quickly. He was like, oh, she's an escort. She's a prostitute. Why can't you find any information on her? Because her past was scrubbed by some really powerful people. And because it was scrubbed by some really powerful people, we're going to have to do a lot more work to try and find something on her. And he said, you better do better. Ow, find something, because I know it's her. And while he's admitting that he paid for an escort, he was like, I don't care. That's not the story. The story is we have him. It's her. We can use her. Find information on her. Do it now. Anyway. So that's going to be a wrench because I said this is going way too smoothly. So now we get the continued conflict. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you. While that's happening, we then have. Let's jump to the house. Hannah, remember, Hannah went and ate with Derek. They ate food. Benny is still there. Benny's still irked and perturbed that this grown man is still there. And it's cute how their relationship is. What ends up happening, though, is that ring, ring, ring. Who's at the door? We'll pause there because then we'll go to Mitch. Around the same time, Mitch is trying to figure out what can he do because his Uncle Vin, is pissed because now he knows who the real culprit is. Now he knows who the real person to go after is, and it's Wyatt. The problem is that Mitch understands how strong this family is, how connected this family is with his family. And he's also kind of partially working with the family a little bit. And so he's trying to convince his uncle, hey, did Mama Rose approve this? No. Who else is working on this? Me. I'm just going to handle it. Why are you going to handle it? What is the real purpose for revenge? I can't let someone go and do something to me and not do anything back. Okay, here's the thing. Our families are too intertwined with the Criers to go and put out a hit on their son and for it to work, even if you do it solo dolo. What about this? What about instead of you going and doing all of that, I go and out of the kindness of my heart, talk to the family. I have a connection with the family. If I go talk to them and get $50,000, because originally, apparently, $5,000 was owed to him. I guess that's how, I don't know, maybe that's how much money was owed because of the drugs that Wyatt was going through. I forgot what the full deal was there. What I do know is that he's saying 5,000. I said, oh, this over five. This is the principal. It's the principal. So then he said, I want 50. He wants a 100% return. I said, what? I, and then, so then you have poor Mitch looking at him like, really? Really? You're doing all this? Really? Really? But then he says, if I can get you that 50K, will we be good? He said, yeah. Oh, Lord, I'm going to have to go back to work soon. But yeah, why did I say 100% return? 10 times the amount. That's what I meant. He said, fine. I'm thinking, I don't know if I trust the uncle. Now we go from that to Hannah is trying to tell this bullheaded man, Benny, this man baby, Benny, that we need to give the money back. We need to give the money back. Benny understands that, but it doesn't mean that he actually wants to do it. He understands it, but he doesn't really want to do it. Hannah's like, look at what happened because of us having that money. We're giving it back, Benjamin. Now the doorbell rings. And it's Hannah. I'm sorry, it's Candice. And Candice, instead of saying her usual, where's Hannah? I want to see Hannah. She said, where's Mama? I want to talk to Mama. I said, Mom! Mom! Mama! Mom! Are you sure? So then, of course, Hannah is eavesdropping. It's like, I'm over here. What's up? And at first, Hannah was very, very cautious because Candice has done a lot over the years. So Candice is saying, I'm here because, oh, you're here because of the money. You're here because of the money. You want us to do this, you want us to do that, but we're not doing. No. I think that you're right, Mom. Huh? Benny needs to give back that money. He needs to give it back to the Cryer family and us just be done with them. Why I tell you, Hannah was so confused? Because Hannah was convinced that this was a scheme. Because Candice always has her next scheme or con. But Candice said, I'm so tired. I've been blaming you because of my son's death. I've been blaming you. But the reality is, I know it's my fault. I know because of my actions are the reason why he's dead today. I know it. 100% I know it now. Hannah was confused. Benny was speechless. And then she goes down this road of, I know that you've always, done your best to look after me. And she even takes out this ring. It looked like a plastic ring. Like a $2 plastic ring. And she said, Mom, you remember this? I went in school, I tried out for this play, for this part. And it's not that I wasn't good enough for the part, but, the kids and everyone was saying that the problem was my skin color. I was too dark. And when Candice said that, Hannah, finished her sentence because she remembered. And she said, I remember telling you that when I got home. And you told me that, come here. Look in the mirror. You combed my hair back so that I could see my full face. And you said, this, your face, your skin, your hair, everything about you is beautiful. God made you the way that you were supposed to be made and created. So when I tell you that what those people said to you, about you, is wrong, it's a lie, don't ever believe that about yourself because you're beautiful, you are strong, your face is so pretty that you don't need all that makeup like the mother girls do. You are special, you're unique. And I said, oh, the speech. And Hannah was starting to feel it because she was like, wait a minute. Is this my daughter coming back to me? And she was like, and you gave me that ring. And I always remembered that. She also said how, even through everything, my biggest thing was I felt like I couldn't come back home, and I was defiant because I kept messing up and doing the wrong thing. And so then I thought that you didn't love me and that you didn't want me anymore. So then I started treating you the way how I thought that you saw and felt about me. And I said, oh my gosh, what is going on here? What is this revelations we're having? What is happening? And I think at one point Benny was like, wait, Candice, is something wrong? Because we never get this vulnerability from her. But, a good man for a woman who is trying to get back on the path of righteousness can do wonders. And that's what's happening in Candice's life. She sees this opportunity for a change and she wants to take it. And because of that, we have her just being shocked at how accommodating her mother is to her, because she really thought that Hannah didn't want. Hannah said, no, I always pray for you to come back to me, but at one point I had to just, for my own mental sanity, love you from afar. And I said, at one point you started playing her game, Hannah. So let's not. But the important thing is, they hugged and they both cried, and I said, oh my gosh, this is all we ever wanted. This is all we ever wanted. I was so happy. So happy. And then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, uh-oh, this is going to be short-lived, because Candice is going to be railroaded. She's going to be railroaded. That guy's going to want vengeance, and he said he'll get her back, and he meant it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Justin actually met Jeffrey outside and said, oh, Jeffrey, who are you talking to? But he kind of ignored that for a bit, and then talked about how good Jeffrey looked, and then Jeffrey had to go and throw him a bone saying, oh yeah, you look good too. I'm thinking, where? Where? And then he was wearing Jeffrey's cologne. So, anyway, but that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Remember, next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, If Loving You Is Wrong is back. And even though towards the end of last season I was over it, I will be back. I will be back for that. I know a lot of people who used to come to my channel, they liked that show. So I will be back.